Did you know that up to 70% of people who get a sudden windfall, like a lottery win or big inheritance, end up broke within just a few years? Let's make sure that's not you. In this video, I'm going to reveal number one, the first move you must make when you get sudden wealth and why it's not what you think. Also, the three biggest mistakes that destroy fortunes and how to avoid them. And then we're going to look at some stories of people who succeeded and failed after receiving a large amount of money. Proverbs 10:22 says, "The blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow to it." So there's no reason in the scheme of the way God has designed you and me for us to receive a large sum of money and have all this stress and angst and terrible relationships and bankruptcy and get schemed and hoodwinked by people. There's just no reason for it. It doesn't have to happen if we're walking in wisdom. So, number one, let's talk about what I think the first thing is that we should do, that you should do. Pause before you act. When you get a big sum of money, your first instinct might be to celebrate, spend or invest it right away. Oh man, let's go to Australia. Boom, let's go to Africa and do a safari, or let's go stay at the best cruise, the best hotel in Palm Springs or Boulder, Colorado, or let's go spend 3 weeks going to Broadway plays in New York. And then $100,000 later, you realize you can't get that money back. But the smartest move, pause. It's just like what they say when people go through a divorce. And unfortunately, I went through one myself. And the best advice that they say is before you make any large financial decisions, wait at least 1 year after you're divorced. Same if you have a spouse die. When we have these big events happen, you want to wait, you want to pause before you make huge decisions. And you want to pray about it. Seek wise counsel. And this will help you avoid the very real sudden wealth syndrome. People laugh at this and they snicker and they're like, well, give me a bunch of money and I'll see all about it. Trust me, if you get a bunch of money, you will have so many people knocking on your door. You will see the character of so many people, you will be blown away by it. And if you're not ready to handle it, you're going to take an ass beating, a big one. You're going to be bent over and that butt's going to be beaten raw, bleeding. So don't take a sarcastic, arrogant attitude towards receiving a large sum of money. Most people can't handle it well. And the reason they can't handle it well is for the very attitude of saying, oh, bring it on, bring it on. Have humility, study God's word, listen to people that know what they're talking about so that if you do get a large sum of money, that you can be a wise steward of it. And if you're a wise steward of it, then maybe, just maybe, God will give you more and entrust more to your care. Number two, you want to assemble your wealth team. Don't go it alone. Find a financial fiduciary. This is someone who puts your interest first. You can look at NAPFA, and they have, I think, 2,000 financial planners like myself that do 60 hours every 2 years of continuing education. That's double the amount of hours that's required to obtain and maintain the certified financial planner designation. That's another way to find someone that's not just a fiduciary, but also that's competent and knowledgeable, is to look for that designation. Also look for a number of years of experience. You'll want to look for that too. And I like to say 10 plus at least. We've been doing this since 2000, but I think 10 years is plenty. A tax expert and an estate planning attorney or other people that you'll want to have on your team. They'll be able to help you understand your tax situation because the IRS is going to want to hear from you as well. They'll also be able to help protect your money from lawsuits or scams, and in particular, lawsuits. And then, of course, a financial advisor can help you plan for investing, asset allocation, giving, spending, how much money you're going to need for retirement, whether you'll be able to live a comfortable lifestyle, whether you're going to run out, retirement income spending, where to draw the money from in a tax advantage way. And then the third one, of course, is to protect, diversify, and plan for your future. Diversify your investments. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. That does not mean to take your money and put it in Microsoft, Home Depot, Coca-Cola, and just pick a couple of hundred stocks. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about non-correlated asset class diversification. That means you will invest in assets like gold, foreign bonds, US bonds, foreign stocks, US stocks. Now, foreign and US stocks are highly correlated, so you might want to count those as one asset class. Bitcoin, private equity, private credit, hedge funds, utility stocks, real estate. All of these are asset classes that you will want to look into to see how they fit for your goals and what you're trying to achieve. You want to update your insurance coverage on your new assets. You want to keep your windfall private to avoid unwanted attention or requests for money. And believe me, they absolutely come. Those requests for money come pouring in like you're a radio DJ, one of those old radio DJs. And people are requesting hits. You'll be just like that. Set clear goals. Do you want to buy a home? Do you want to help your family? And if you do want to help your family, how? Do you just hand them the money? Or do you make them work first and then give them the money? I think you want to make them work first because that's what God does with us, typically. He certainly gives us things we don't deserve. But as far as stewardship with money, oftentimes he'll see how we handle a little. And then if we're good stewards, he'll give us a little more and go on from there. Do you want to give to charity? Do you want to retire early? What exactly do you want to do? What are your goals? Make changes slowly. Test big decisions before you commit. It reminds me of the story of Ryan and Alexis, and they won a lawsuit. They're actually clients of mine. Of course, that's not their name. And they were able to build a good team behind them. They got a different CPA, and then they continued to work with me with the much larger amount that they had received. They created a plan. And today their wealth is growing through a lot of investments that they've made with their business and with what I'm doing for them. They've grown it. This has been done relatively quickly. In 5 years, it's been very impressive how they've invested and what they've done. And you can do that too. That can be your story. Then I have the client that I sold a life insurance policy to their husband many years ago. And they received this large sum of tax-free money. And they talked to me about it. I told them what they should do, how much house they should buy. They wanted to move to Miami because they were bilingual. And they moved to Miami and had to move into a gated community, and the house was too expensive. They went to work, and it was a middle-aged woman, 45, and she got bamboozled by a young 27-year-old man to invest in these no-lose real estate ideas in Florida at the time. It was about 2007. And I didn't hear from her for about a year and a half. She didn't return my phone calls, and nor did she call me. And all of a sudden, she called me in tears because she was going to have to short sell these properties in Florida that this young man had bamboozled her out of all of her husband's life insurance money. And she couldn't afford the condo or townhome that she had bought in this gated community in Miami. And so those are the tale of two stories right there. And hopefully you can be the first one. And it all starts with the humility of being able to ask someone else. You can be such a nice and sweet person that hates arguments, that avoids conflicts, that always smiles and always has a soft voice and always says such nice and wonderful, wonderful things. But if you're unwilling to ask people for advice, particularly with money or anything else, parenting or whatever it may be, your health, then it shows arrogance and it shows pride. And you can put on a nice facade all you want, but at the end of the day, when you're unwilling to do this, it's nothing more, it's nothing less than pride. The biggest mistakes for you to avoid, rushing into big purchases or risky investments. I don't have time to tell the stories of how I've seen clients receive large sums of money, our clients, and people start to come with them with these wonderful, fantastic ideas. Number 2, ignoring taxes and legal issues. You got to pay attention to this stuff. Trusting the wrong people or falling for scams. Again, they will find you. If I got in a boat and I went out in the ocean and I took 12 ounces of blood and dropped it in the ocean, the sharks would find me. I wouldn't have to go find them. They'll find you. Trust me. They come out of the woodworks. It's like when an attractive woman gets divorced and she's single, people start contacting her before the divorce is even finalized. They find you. Trust me, they know. Letting guilt or pressure from others drive your decisions. And that's another thing that's terrible. You and God alone and your spouse and the people that you're closest to and your financial planner, most importantly, you and God and your spouse, are going to ultimately make these decisions. Do not take pressure from other people. The key takeaways that I'd like for you to have from this video is, number 1, pause and plan before making any big moves. I want to see you build a big team of trusted professionals, and then you want to protect and diversify, which go hand in hand. If you diversify, you do protect. And that's how you want to handle your wealth when you have it. Are you ready to make this windfall last and not lose it? Click on one of these links here to schedule a free sudden wealth planning session with me, or you can go ahead and take a quiz for free to see how much you need to retire. We also have on our website resources. And if you click on our resources tab, we have a book titled Navigating Sudden Wealth, a Comprehensive Guide. And this is also free if you just simply give your email. Remember, God is the one that has given you this money, and his intention is to add no sorrow to it. Sudden wealth is a gift. With the right plan, you can turn it into something positive for you and your family. We'll see you in the next video.